If you are looking to get bags printed, there are certain areas that we would recommend that you get printed. So, for example, you can get it printed here and up the top here. There are two separate areas simply because of the back of the bag where there are seams. So, this will be the area where we can print. When you go to put it on the table, as you print, it will be nice and flat and will not ruin your print. We get some requests where people would like a print on both sides of the bag. When it comes to this, we are only able to print on the top area of the bag simply so that we will be clearing this area. As if you would like it centrally, that would mean that we would have to bend the bag to get it also centrally, which we are just unable to do, and it will ruin the quality of the bag. We are basically able to print in a wider area on the smaller bags simply because we have this handy device where we are able to insert it into the smaller bag like so it gives it a flat surface. We are unable to do this with the slightly larger bags as the block would just be too big and our arms would fall off. With the Snapshot 40s, we are only able to print in certain areas. For example, we are only able to print along the bottom and down the sides. This is because when we actually put the Snapshot inside, it physically won't reach these areas. So we are only able to print either here, where we are able to move the Snapshot, so we are able to print, and we are also able to turn it this way. But again, it will only reach so far. Even though we are limited on printing on the Snapshots, we are able to print also on the top, on the flap, and on the inside if you want to give that extra little message. We are also limited on printing on some of our larger rigid boxes such as the A3, simply because when you place it underneath, the hot plate will not be able to go back as far and will only be able to go in as far as the plate will go in. We will be able to print centrally on the A3, however it will be dependent on the size of print you want and the fill. We have a wide range of foils, however some are very limited to the surface of the boxes. So for the laminate, most foils will work. However, with the craft, due to its slightly fluffy texture, the matte foils work best. Metallics aren't so good, tend to come out quite patchy. Particularly with a larger plate, where there's a bigger fill, that tends to be harder to get the result on a craft box. We always try to be able to print your logo with whatever foil you choose, however it will be dependent on the size of your logo and the texture. We have a really large range of foils, and in particular I like the satin copper as it just gives a really sleek, nice finish, especially on a white laminate surface. I also particularly love the turquoise matte foil as this works really well on all of our surfaces of the boxes and gives a nice pow. However, if you're unsure of whether the foil that you have chosen will work on the box you've selected, we are happy to advise you on what will work, what won't work, and just to give the best result for you. We are unable to print on some of the insides of our boxes as they simply won't fit around the hot plate. So the hot plate will not be able to go inside and will obviously hit the sides of the box. The smallest box we will be able to print on the inside of will be the A6, as we have a hot plate that will fit inside of the box. We are able to print, however, on the Snapshots as they are flat, can lay nicely on the flatbed, and we can print like so.